Oh, yeah. Welcome to another episode of the Tech Preacher Podcast with Erica.
Hello.
That's what I'm talking about. We back in the building. Hey, yes. Welcome to another episode. Man, listen, we had a really good episode last week.
We did.
I mean, it was fun. And, you know, the episode was so good. A lot of people left some very good response. And look, I want to kind of go over some of the comments. Like,
because you guys listen, y'all left comments. That's
yes.
exactly what we want.
So we got some good comments here, man, from last week episode. It was very good. A lot of views on it.
Yes.
And people saying, you know, hey, whenever I come to your channel, you cheer me up. I saw this in my recommendations. And boy, I'm happy I opened it. Yes. And it was just all quality. We got one here. Said Erica is serving look good every week. They always talk about your looks, right?
Yes,
and so shout out to everybody that really.
Y'all put a smile on my face.
Yes. I didn't say you deserve an Oscar.
One day.
So that is so nice, man. Yes. Listen, I appreciate everybody that, you know, that's coming and joining us.
Yes. We're expanding.
Yes. It is, you know, it's so funny that, you know, I had one comment on there that said, hey, this is not a tech show. I was like, no, because my tech shows is on Wednesdays.
Yeah.
So Wednesdays is the tech show. This is this lifestyle and entertainment. And, you know, I kind of get away from tech for
a little bit.
You know, like get away from it.
We be talking about other stuff.
Yes.
You know?
So we got a interesting, heated topic today.
Yes.
Right? We're going to talk about 7 reasons why relationships fail.
Child. This will be interesting.
You know, the thing about it is relationships is very important, but my era and your era is totally different. So, you know, for relationships, when I was coming up, we did the, you know, the phone call. We chit-chatted on the phone and we went out. We went on dates and stuff like that. But your era don't do that. They always,
What's
the
your Instagram, girl? What's your Instagram? Ugh.
And it's different. Why?
But honestly, in this era, I no longer give out my number. We have to start with Instagram because guys don't know how to act nowadays.
So wait, if you give them your number, they
keep calling. Yes. You know what's crazy? I actually have a little stalker.
What?
So, yeah, I didn't tell you this.
No.
So I gave this guy my number. And we didn't really talk much or communicate much or whatever. But so we kind of just like cut it off. Well, I kind of cut it off.
Yeah, you kind of,
And he wouldn't stop. Like, he texts me literally at 7 a.m. every morning.
Really?
Yes. He create different numbers, like, off of different apps to, like, keep getting in contact with me. And I just refuse to change my number for whatever reason. I just don't care. I just ignore it. Like,
why do people do that? It's like it's weird.
But that's why I said after that, never giving out my number again.
You know, you got to be careful. And
unless I'm taking you serious.
And that's... I am so happy that I'm not in the dating game. I'm so happy that, you know.
It's terrible out here.
There's this old saying, the cheaper the keeper, and it keeps you sane.
Hey.
But this article is strange because it do talk about some serious issues. And so one of the issues they talked about is trust, right?
Trust.
So trust is important.
That's like the most important thing in a relationship. Well, definitely like top 3, one of the most important things in a relationship.
And, you know, a lot of people lose trust if you violate it. And I think the violation of trust is something that
you can't really...
You can't rebuild because, you know, this if your spouse cheated on your girlfriend or boyfriend cheated.
Or even severely lied. It's
because really a lie, you got to cover up a lie with a lie with a lie with a lie.
And you know what you're doing. You know what you're doing. And it's like, that just breaks it.
It's weird.
It's hard to come back from it.
It's weird that, you know, when it comes down to relationships, trust is important. Now, I think it's a fundamental difference between trust and not disclosing everything.
Yeah, you know, it's a difference.
We don't disclose everything. Like a woman will have certain aspects of her life that she don't share, right? And a man has certain aspects of his life, or maybe
his past and stuff like that. I kind of get that. You know, maybe not everybody wants to go in depth about like certain things, but you know what needs to be said.
Just like we talked about it last week, a man don't want to know a woman's body count.
Yeah.
A man don't want to know a woman's body count. Like, you know, but women do ask men, how many women have you slept with? And most of us men, I don't know if we lie about it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure y'all lie about it. I'm pretty sure. So I'm going to still ask. And whatever number you give me,
yeah, you go multiply times 2.
Yeah.
Well, look, I only had 4. Like,
yeah.
Trust is important, man.
Yeah,
because if you start off a relationship without good trust, then it fails.
And I feel like the way you start a relationship is very important.
It's definitely important. I think it's really important.
It's very important to be very open and honest before you even kind of get to the relationship stage.
Yeah.
And that's what I stress a lot in dating. Like, let's just be honest. We ain't going together yet, but just be honest.
I think most people that have past relationships been scarred so much that it's hard to put trust in anybody.
I get it. Well, yeah, I get it, but I feel like still, you know, it's certain things to kind of look for, but I feel like give everybody a fair chance.
Yeah.
You know?
I agree.
Like, be open-minded. Like, just because your ex is a liar and a cheater and a psychopath, that don't mean like the next guy will be the same thing.
Yeah, and that just I don't know. It is. I think that's one of the biggest reasons why you know, relationships fail. It's because of lies and trust issues. You know, you say I went to work, but you didn't go to work. You were somewhere else.
Oh God!
And then you get caught.
I'm triggered. I am triggered already. God.
So trust issues is number one, and going into number 2. Let's see what they have here. Going into number 2 is different expectations. Right now, different expectations is. I don't know. I mean, I
feel like that's pretty important because some people start relationships, just like basic relationships.
Yeah.
Maybe looking for different things. And it's important to say exactly what you're looking for in the beginning so you're not like misleading. Because you might be just looking for a relationship, friendship, but not like, you know, like an intimate relationship or whatever. And that other person might look at you like, I want to be with you. And, you know, so it's like you really got to say, like, set your intentions. Like, say what you want in the beginning.
But I think for us men, we look at, you know, when we meet a woman, you know, we try to show off.
Of course.
And I think the expectations of that.
You gotta keep that same energy.
It's because, you know, us men believe that if we show off the flashiness and try to be cool and macho, like we got big time money, we can grab the woman,
attention just like that.
But the expectations, once you get into the relationship, it changed because the reality come out. Like, listen, I didn't really have it that way when I
see. Nope. Well, this ain't that then. Nope. And because if you big balling and you talking about you got this business, you got this job, and how much you make here there, and then I ask you for bill money.
It's like hasta
la vista. You're a liar.
So that goes back into trust issues, right? So trust issues, different expectations, or even if a woman say, you know what, I want to, you know, I expect my man to cut the grass twice a month. My expectation, or a man will have expectation of a female. When I come home from work, I want a hot meal. So that's our expectation. Maybe a woman have an expectation like, I don't cook every day.
Yeah. Hey, and that's where communication comes in. And you have to ask questions. You can't be scared of the answer. I feel like a lot of people don't ask certain questions because they're scared of the answer.
Yeah.
And they don't want to like scare that person that they really, really like off. But no, forget that. Yeah. You got to lay it on the table. Because what if you're a very clean man and it's a very messy woman, or you're a very clean woman and that your partner might be very messy, or like, so you expect them to clean up behind themselves and they expect you to clean up after them.
Yeah. I've seen in way in my past in relationships where some people just don't clean up behind themselves.
They sure don't.
And that is a problem for some men. Some men are neat freaks.
Yeah.
It is vice versa for a woman. A woman, they have expectations. They may be a neat freak also.
Yeah.
And a man be like, I just take my socks off and throw it on the
Yeah. So it's important to healthy communication.
Yes.
Just communicate. Like, that really irks me when you do that. So they'll just kind of have that in there, even though they're going to forget. Mm-hmm. They'll still kind of have it somewhere in that head.
Yeah.
Okay, she gonna trip. She don't like when I throw my clothes on the bathroom floor.
That means you got to change it.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
if you want it to work and you don't want to hear nagging.
Yeah, right.
Because we gonna say something.
So let's talk about number 3.
Mm-hmm.
Moving through life at different speeds.
Mm-hmm.
When your partner learns and grows at a rapid pace. And this is one of the things that I believe I don't know. I feel that sometimes men have this expectation that you get complacent.
Yeah.
You're making your money. You don't want to do nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe the female like, you know what? I'm tired of working a 9 to 5. I want to start my own business.
Yeah.
But in a female sometimes like say, well, I'm moving too fast. I'm moving too forward fast, and you're not behind me. You're not doing anything
matching
different.
My speed.
You're not matching my speed.
Uh-huh.
And look. I think with good communication, love for one another,
real love, not just lusting,
and a person backing each other up.
Yeah.
So if you do have those issues that one person believes that they move faster than the other person, then you can catch up by communication.
Or what you're kind of looking for your partner to kind of do as you're moving at a certain speed. Because you're not always going to be like moving super fast pace in life. It kind of comes in phases. Mm-hmm. Like you might have a year or two where you're just in grind mode. Like you just grinding. And that other person is kind of like, they're already settled.
Yeah.
They're already in their job. They've been in their field or something like that. So
and I think
you just got to communicate.
I think a lot of people get to that point, you feel that, you didn't work your butt off for so many years. You're making an okay salary. It pays the bills. Yeah. You get whatever days off that you like. You get the vacation. You just want to enjoy life. Yeah. You don't want to do nothing extra. You don't want to do nothing. I don't want to work no more. I don't want to add anything to my life.
And as women, sometimes we feel like we want to conquer the world.
Yeah.
Like we want to start this business. Or I gotta develop the new interest in this, and now I want to kind of drift off and do this, and this might be taking off, but it takes up a lot of my time.
Yeah.
So
yeah, but that's something. All right, so let's go into number 4.
The biggest
communication issues. Yes. And this is probably this probably should have been number one
for sure.
Communication issues is probably to me it's the number one downfall of most marriages, besides another one we're going to talk about here, marriages and relationships.
Yes.
Because I don't have a crystal ball. I can't think what you, I don't know what you want to ask. I have no clue what I want to do sometimes, sometimes a female have this, they might have this thing that they want to communicate, but they don't know how.
Yeah, or feel like because sometimes when
it starts to argument sometimes.
Yeah,
and you know what? I just thought about that. Sometimes communication and talking does have arguments, and a lot of men don't want to fuss. And sometimes a female don't want to fuss.
We're so passionate about,
and they passionate.
Yeah.
And for a man, we can let stuff go. Like we can have an argument, and 10 minutes later, we drinking a beer, we moved on.
Yeah.
A female drag it on for days and weeks.
Because we feel how we feel and we're passionate about it. But it has to come to some sort of balance,
But how do you balance it?
So you have to know, you have to learn your partner and how to speak. I feel like how you bring up situations and how you talk to your partner and how you just explain certain things really it like levels out the mood or something. You know, like if you're coming, like if I'm coming at you hostile and I'm mad and I'm
well, you know,
and all of this and all of that, and you know, it's not really gonna get through to a guy
because
like,
us men be like, you know what, I'm tired of you. We're about to
they walking off, they ain't paying you no mind, and you're so heated. So like controlling your emotions is very important when you're communicating, because you don't want to scare that person. You want them to hear you at the end of the day. Like you don't want to start an argument. Well, some people do, but you don't want to start an argument for real when you're trying to get to someone to see, you know, your point of view or understand how you feel. So how you come to your partner is very important. Come respectful. You want to be respected. Come respectful. Come cool, calm, collected.
But you know
all
what?
your thoughts together.
After years of
it takes growth.
Yeah, after years of unbalance with me and your mind, we sometimes we can't get it together.
Yeah,
we came up with a solution called the round table. And so what we do is, once we have difference of opinion, once we have different, you know, things, we say, you know what, we got to sit at the round table. Now the round table is designed for me and her to sit, to put it on the table. And the round table is designed to not get into a heated argument, not to, you know, talk over each other, but to listen to each other, right? And if we disagree with each other, the round table, we supposed to, okay, you disagree with X, Y, and Z. This is why I do X, Y, and Z, and this is why I disagree with you. And I put that on the table.
And how do we solve it? How do we fix it?
And the reason why I say the round table is because sometimes arguments, it leads up to you bringing other stuff out the past, and why it has nothing to do with the current situation.
Subject to subject. If it's more than one thing, we got to stick on this one topic. And break that down. My side, your side. How we gonna fix it? Then we go to the next thing, and then break it down.
Yeah, and I think for women gets upset with men is because we have a nonchalant attitude. We don't listen because listen. We've been dealing with the outside
when
element.
We're so passionate about something, and it's affecting us and how we feel and stuff. And if we're explaining it to you, and you giving, whatever, and you know, like we know as women, you got more to say. Like you feel a way, or it's something more that you're just not giving.
Us men, we just want the conversation
to end.
So
y'all gonna say whatever.
We'll give in, and we'll listen, and we'll say, okay. And we say okay, and we try to make it better, but we always say okay. And the reason why is because, again, for a hard working man that's out there in the element, working hard all day, they come home and they have a issue at their house that they got to sit at the round table, and you think to yourself, trust me, my household is not as bad as me being out there in the workforce.
Yeah.
So, we figured, hey, listen, let's come home. Let's come to an agreement. Let's get it fast, done it over with, and let's move on.
Yeah.
Sometimes it don't work like that. I think the round table works for us.
You know what? Sometimes we like sometimes we like that. When we saying, what the issue is, and you just be like, okay, what can I do to fix it? Like, fix it. You want to know what you could do? And then we tell you what you could do. And then you say, okay.
And we be like, all right.
Yeah, then we good.
But it don't happen that way all the time.
All the time, no.
In
our fantasy world, we just wish y'all say yeah all the time.
I believe that the world is not that difficult. Us men believe that the world is not difficult. And communication is one thing. And a lot of men don't communicate. A lot of men, we refuse to communicate it because we believe that it's not that bad. We believe you arguing over small stuff. We believe that it's not that bad at the end of the day.
Yeah, it varies because sometimes guys don't want to communicate about certain things because they're hiding certain things.
And that goes all the way back to number one, right? Trust,
yeah.
Right. And that may be the case.
That may be the case. You know.
And so it makes a woman start investigating.
Yeah, of course. We're gonna do that anyway. Or at least I am. Let me make sure everything, because why you ignoring me and you ain't listening? Hold on. Pause. What's really going on?
So communication, I believe it should be at the top of the list. But let's go on to the next. And the next one, number 5, is life habit abuse. This is important. I'm going to tell you why. Yes. Sometimes you have this secret of gambling, right? Or
certain addictions,
drug habits that you try to keep away from your household, and eventually it's gonna come out, especially if you're a gambler.
Oh yeah.
I mean, the bills don't get paid on time. You sneaking out late at night. You at the casino.
You know what's become the most popular? Sports gambling.
Yeah.
On your phone now.
Yeah.
I've seen it with my own 2 eyes, y'all.
It's so
Pels
funny.
playing tomorrow. We gonna win that money back. I just lost $200, but
a lot of people do the horse racing.
Yeah, horse racing too.
And
on all sports.
And plus, now it's easy to bet, right?
It's crazy.
It's easy to bet because now you get the sports bet and you can put it on your phone. And I think those life habit abuses does hinder a relationship to the fullest, because I mean, look, don't get me wrong, I love tech, right? So I love tech. I buy a lot of tech, and I don't know, I might have a habit or a mishabit of stuff like that. But with my habit, right, it generates finances.
Oh, that's your excuse.
So look, I'm gonna buy a new camera. This new camera gonna give me a different angle. That means I can make better videos, better quality. This better quality. That means in turn I can generate more videos. That makes more money.
But it's a $3,000 camera.
Look, I talked about this on my live stream. I say, you know, none of the stuff that I need. Right, I mean, I'm a content creator on different platforms. I don't need none of this stuff. It's at the point where I want it. Yeah, you know, and I do work hard. Work hard to try to get
yourself. Yeah,
I mean, your mom would disagree. She'll come in this room and say, "What the hell? Look at this." I call it my command center. There's a lot of stuff in this room and the other stuff.
Y'all, it's crazy back here. I be telling y'all, like, I don't even be knowing where to look sometimes.
Trust me, I actually did a couple of videos, and I do this series called my studio tour. So I do studio tour videos, and I try to show, because a lot of people always ask the question, I mean, your audio looks good, the video looks good. Can you showcase some of the stuff that you use? And I tell people this all the time. If you're a beginner, this is not for beginners, right?
You probably wouldn't even know what to do with all of this.
Yeah. But over the course of years, as being a content creator, you reinvest in your craft. Yeah. And I mean, it's one of those things that works out good.
That's different though.
I know.
Because that's kind of guaranteed to generate money, because you have your following, you have, you know, so it's a little different. These motherfuckers be Kevin Durant's gonna get 6 assists.
Yeah, and then hours later they broke.
$300 gone, just like that. People really bet a lot on FanDuel, I'm telling you.
I remember, I don't know if I done
lost some money from
FanDuel. But what's good for the goose is not good for the gander.
And I know my limit. Some people just get so addicted to it because they just feel like they're going to win.
Yeah. And that same thing that happened in one of the reasons why I stopped going to casino. Yeah. As I go to casino, it's something in your mind that tells you to keep feeding the machine. Go to the ATM.
And they be feeding y'all drinks.
They can feed you drinks all day. And
that's crazy.
Yeah. And that is a habit. Gambling is a horrible habit.
It is. To pick up. It really is.
I mean, drug abuse is also a horrible habit. I mean, people lose.
I feel like that's probably the first one.
Yeah.
But gambling is about the second one.
Yeah.
For sure.
I mean, people get hooked on drugs, man. They lose everything.
Yes.
Because if they can't stay high all the time, they lose everything.
Yeah, some people just can't cope with life.
And I'm glad I'm needed. I drink me a little Hennessy.
Yeah, a little liquor.
Yeah, and that's it. So let's see what's number 6. Sense of growing apart. So, you know, I think this kind of ties into being in a relationship for a long period of time. First of all, if you're in a relationship for a long period of time and you never got married, then that is the issue.
Yeah.
Right. But being in a relationship, you do have to keep it spicy. You do have to not be bored of each other.
Yeah.
And look, I say this for men, and I call for men to step up. Because yes, you work hard. Yes, it's hard. Yes, you got to take care of the kids. Yes, you got to pay the bills. Yes. But the relationship need to be spicy.
Yes,
you know.
Does.
And I know a lot of men might say, "Man, look, man. I mean, damn, she got a roof over her head. What more do I gotta do?"
But no,
it's more to it's
you
more
have
to
a
that.
relationship. That's like what you cater to. You know, you want to try new things and just experience different things together and talk about different things and trying new shows, bond differently.
Yeah.
Because I feel like every relationship goes through that phase.
Yeah.
Only the strong survive through that phase of feeling like you're kind of growing apart, especially when you both have 2 different jobs or careers or 2 different schedules and stuff. But it is so important, to make time for your relationship.
I challenge any man that's listen to this podcast and stuff. When the last time you and your spouse, your girlfriend or boyfriend, it don't matter, went to the movies? Something simple. And they're like, well, I got kids. Okay, try to find a babysitter. Make it happen. Guys, I want the guys to think about this for a second. Right? And when I say go to the movies, guys, I want y'all guys to do something. Go to a movie for her, not one of your type of movies. Because for me, I want to go see a space movie, a drama, something that's killing. Maybe she might have mentioned through passing and say, hey, you know what, X, Y, Z movie is out. I wonder how that movie is.
Or if you've been in a relationship for like a long period of time, like think about like what you used to do in the beginning.
To get her.
Yeah, right. Think about like in the beginning, like, oh, we used to have so much fun. We used to do this, like little things like going to the arcade or something, like having some drinks, going to the arcade. It's really underrated because you could really have a ball in there. You just got to find the fun. Like, I
think a lot of people get bored in relationships because they really can't do nothing. They got the kids. They really can't, and I think getting a babysitter is very important. And listen, I challenge guys, do it twice a month. Don't do it this once every 6 months. Don't wait till Mother's Day or holidays. No.
Just random, spontaneous stuff.
And it don't have to be a lot of money. So listen, you have to be, okay, say, you know what? I'm really tight on money. I can't go spend $150 on a date. No, that's fine. Why don't you do it at home?
Yeah.
Right? Candlelight dinner. Send the kids to a babysitter for a night. Right? Bubble bath. Yeah. Watch a movie at home. Right? Have some nice, good music playing.
Yeah. I like nerdy stuff. I like to play like board games and
like
stuff.
That, man. I mean, that's,
like having some drinks, playing board games or something, like, or even the actual video game. Well, I'm kind of gamer. Yeah. So like little fun stuff. Like you just have some fun.
And you know what? It would make your life a whole lot easier.
Yes, and better. Yeah.
Your life would be a whole lot easier and it'd be a whole lot better if everybody participate.
Equal effort.
Yes, everybody. And listen, I know what I'm quite sure the men like, oh my God, here we go. This guy don't know what he's talking about.
Y'all is see them the kind I be Yeah. You gotta have fun. You gotta keep it fresh and spicy. Like always suggest trying new things, or just ask your partner, have you ever da-da-da-da?
Yeah.
Or have you ever went to da-da-da-da? Even though you probably might know, or are you open to trying da-da-da-da-da?
Yeah. And so me and your mom went to the Maze concert.
Yeah, that was so cute.
And I'm gonna tell y'all, I haven't went to a concert since Beyonce.
Yeah, you went to Beyonce concert?
Well, when she was at the
Essence. Oh, okay.
You
I probably went more.
5, 6 years ago.
5, 6 years ago.
About 10 years ago, huh?
Yeah, I'm about to say 5-6 years ago, y'all went to a Beyonce concert without me.
About 10 years ago. And listen, man, I had the time of my life. It was so much fun. It was an all-white event. It was so much fun going to this concert.
You talking about the recent concert?
The recent concert, this past weekend.
And, that was so cute. Y'all look
I
so
was all in white. Yeah, I was all G'd up in all white. You know what I'm saying? I
loved it. I felt like the mama. I was driving, dropping them off,
it was
and all
so
of
much
that.
fun. But that was special.
Yeah,
you know,
so
because
cute.
you have to do things like that.
Yes.
Right? I mean, think about it. I haven't went to a concert in 10 years.
Yeah.
Or more.
Yeah.
And it was just that opportunity to go to a concert, and it was great. It was great.
Yes. And y'all bond over. See, you have to find what you bond over too. Y'all bond over music. We all have like really like the same kind of music because it reminds us of a certain time in life or whatever, and we could just play it. Like, we love music. We're really a music family for real. So that is like the thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
love that for y'all.
Let's see. All right. So the last one, financial issues. I think this is the probably the second most destructive element in a relationship.
Yeah. Is
financial issues. It's because back then when I was growing up, the man was the head of the household. The man had control over everything. In 2024, it's a diversification of making sure that both parties has the income, or people have to balance out income. And the woman expectations towards a man, he has to be the 6-figure income, or he has to be the rich guy and all that stuff. Listen, not every man, you know, it's a small percentage of men that make 6 figures. They really don't have a large population of men that really make that type of money.
And I think too, times have changed so much.
Yeah.
You know, back then women didn't really work like men or make as much as men. So of course it was kind of like the thing for the man to be a head of a household. Now things are a lot different. It's like we were still brought up on that, like a man should be head of the household, but now women are also making 6 figures just as much as men are. We're having businesses, very successful businesses, or even women that stay at home and just do content might make more than their husband that goes out and work.
Yeah.
So things have changed a lot. And I feel like still holding those expectations isn't that fair sometimes.
Yeah,
now, you do what works for you, of course, but I
look at this. I look at this, right? That if we are in a relationship together, if we married together, the finances have to cope, right?
You have to be open about it.
You have to be open about it, and not only that, but if whoever fall into rough times, right? If a man going through financial problems, maybe he lost some of his hours on his job, maybe he got laid off, maybe something happened. I believe a woman has to have that support to say, listen, you lost your job, you was the breadwinner, but I'm working, and we gonna work through this. Yeah. And I think that's where a lot of downfall.
Right. It's only right though. I really hate when it comes to that. When, you know, I see things like that, because I've seen a recent post on the Shade Room where it was like, now that we in a relationship, why you want me to go 50-50 because you don't have it like you did before, or something like that. And I just feel like that's so unfair because, you know, not everybody is always up. You know, people do fall in hard times, but you decided to lock in with that person, you know, relationship when everything was all good, you know, and now you still locked in with that person, but now they might have gotten laid off abruptly. Like, and I just feel like it's just so unfair.
It is unfair for a man to have that pressure that no matter what, his expectation from a female is that you have to be the breadwinner no matter what. You have to go make your money no matter what. And if you don't make your money, then I'm not going to be with you. I'm going to leave you.
I so disagree with that. I really hate seeing stuff like that, because if I'm locked in with my person and like that, you're my partner and you always make sure we're straight. You've been taking care of the bills for a year that we've been together and now you lost your job. Like, I'll pick up another job just to make sure, you know, think as long as you're trying and like you're trying to find your way or whatever, man, you gotta hold it down.
And you know, I think you know, us men, we get so frustrated. We get frustrated because
and men handle that differently. Like a girl could lose their job and be like, oh well, I'll just.
A man can't. If a man lose their job, it
takes a toll.
It's a stressful time for that man, and he may not express it. He may not show it, but in the back of his mind, he's thinking about
mentally. It
my
takes a toll.
I gotta take care of my family. I gotta take care of my house. I gotta pay these bills. I gotta make sure everybody's straight. But my income is gone. Yeah. So it's panic mode for a man, and for a woman to beat a man down when he's down
you're in a committed relationship with, man, like girl.
And then I know what a lot of people would say.
I don't know.
Well, you should have known that when you first met that person. You should have you should have saw the red flags. You should have never had that expectations of that person.
Hold on now. Cause if you got with him and he was scamming and doing little side gigs and all of that, and he was up and he big balling money, he throwing racks in the club and he driving a big Benz and all of that, but he ain't clocking in nowhere or don't have no degree, and then the pandemic over and
no money,
then don't do that.
Right.
Cause you locked in with him.
Yeah.
Unless, I don't know, child.
I think that's, you know, again, when you going through that relationship, beginning of a relationship.
Yeah.
These are the things that you need to figure out before y'all move forward.
Yeah.
Now, a guy could wind it down a woman could have this expectation of she got all her shit together. She pay her bills. She take care of her kids and all that.
But we do need to talk about when times get hard.
Yeah, the reality kicks in. Reality kicks in. And listen, throughout the years, I could tell you that most people will go through a financial trouble a couple of times in a relationship. Now, at that point, what you gonna do? You're gonna stick together as one and try to weather the storm and not beat each other down and stuff like that. Because here's the thing: if my wife come to me and say I lost my job, a man be like, okay, hey, it's all good. We gonna work it out.
Work it out, right?
But if a man go to a woman and say, listen, I lost my job, the woman like, what you mean?
Yeah.
What you gonna do?
Yeah.
And that's the frustrating part for a man.
Yeah, I just see that as just so unfair. I'm not gonna lie. I can't see it. Like, it's unfair to me, period. Now, if a man, like, if you lost your job or whatever, and he be like, you need to get a job.
Yeah.
And he, like, drilling you, putting, like, a whole lot of pressure on you and, like, making you give him money and all of that stuff, then I don't know.
And I think that comes, and it should be a number 8 to this, abuse.
Yeah.
Because at some point, if a man believes that he's a breadwinner, he has the money, he have control over everything, then he believes he can control a woman.
Yeah, sometimes, a lot of times, that's the case.
If a man have this expectation, my woman better do everything I tell her to do.
Because I'm
paying all the bills. Her car is being paid by me. I'm paying the rent, the lights, the water, the health care, the car, the kid sitters, everything. And she better not never raise her voice to me. She better not never tell me she too sick to cook. She better not never tell. And that forms a red flag. Should be a red flag for a female. And it should be something that a guy should never do. Fellas, never do that to your loving wife or spouse.
Yeah.
Don't abuse them because you the breadwinner. Don't abuse them because you believe that you got this power over. And a lot of men say, "Well, I'm the head of the household. Whatever I say goes." Listen, it's both of y'all.
Yeah,
it's not just you.
Like, yeah, you might be the head of the household, the man of the house, and as the woman, before making final decisions or whatever, we do come to the man of the house and run. Make sure everything is cool with it. This is what's gonna flow and work here in this house. So that's how you kind of. But don't be like, oh, like
whatever I say goes.
Yeah, like nah, I said nah, da 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 da. So it's like no compromising.
No, man. That sucks. And you know what? I think if you end the relationship before you go forward, and I believe that the red flags from a relationship starts the first month or two as y'all get to know each other and y'all seeking.
But boy, I ain't gonna tell you. Look, them red flags don't start popping out until a little while, because the beginning of them relationships,
it be all good.
It be a high.
Fun.
It be the best thing that ever happened to you.
Then stuff
I ain't never meet nobody like this.
I
love him. Oh Lord!
I'm like, oh, she
everything.
Oh Lord! And she called me every day. She sent me text messages with bubbles and stuff on it, and I get food sent to me by Uber, and then she cooked for me, and we go out. She might pay the tab. God, I want this one.
Yeah,
and every time I see her, she got the bubble booty and the breasts all out and everything.
But boy, when you get home, the couple years in,
then all of a sudden, what happened?
Yeah, that's why you can't fall for looks.
Yeah, you can't.
You really have to fall for the person, because this wig gonna come off.
Yeah, the inner part of the person is the most important part. Like, you got to know that individual.
Yeah. Deep down, morals, and like values, and like, but see, they be lying in the beginning. Yeah. It's like you gotta find out for yourself. You gotta go through it to see for real.
And a lot of women get scarred because of it, and a lot of men get scarred. And you have the red flags in the beginning, right? Even for us men, we can figure out the red flags in the first 10, 15 minutes. We ask questions. How many kids?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh, I got 5. You been married? No. No ex-husband? No. How many baby daddies? 5. Oh, shit. Well, we know how this conversation about to go.
Yeah.
5 baby daddies, 5 kids. Listen, I do understand people make mistakes.
Yeah. That's some big mistakes, boy.
And I have to understand people do have opportunity to change because they've made multiple mistakes.
But some things it's gotta be in you, because you had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You had 5.
It's very difficult for a female with 5 kids, 5 or 6, 7 kids with 6, 7 baby daddies to try to get a settled man. Because usually
you ain't gonna find no good man.
Usually a man gonna come in with his own baggage.
Right? He might got
2, 4, 5 kids. And look, it can be vice versa. A woman can ask a man, hey, how many kids you got? 5. How many baby mamas? 5. Well, that's a red flag for the man too.
Yeah, but see, some women, they'll kind of like, it was a little slip up.
Yeah, but to think about it, then if a woman asks the question of, okay, do you spend time with your kids? And he'd be like, yeah, maybe.
Like one of them stay over there, the other one up the street, but she don't like me, and she be.
Yeah.
Please.
I mean, I think it's a person for everybody.
It is.
And I think that throughout the years of mistakes from men and women, I believe that if they want to find true love, it's out there.
It is.
I believe that if sometimes you have to settle for some of the mistakes that person will make, and that person got to settle for your flaws. So if everybody gonna have flaws, they're not gonna have the perfect relationship. Nobody gonna have the perfect relationship. But the key to success is, can you deal with that flaw?
Yeah. Without like holding it, especially if they came in with a certain flaw and they were open
and
about
you accepted that person a flaw.
Yeah. It's sticky. I'm trembling over here. But I feel like it's so important, like if you are single but you want love, I feel like it's just super, super important to focus on you.
Yeah.
Focus on yourself. Pour into yourself. Get yourself where you want to be. Love on you. Feel and look however you want to look. Dress however you want to dress. And do all the things that you want to do for you. Yeah. And it'll come to you.
It will.
Like, it'll naturally come to you. And it's going to be way better than you looking and on these apps and on Instagram, going through all of the, it'll come to you. Like, just wait on it. But in that meantime, pour into you. Self-love is the best love. And
there you have it. Another episode of the Take Preacher podcast with Erica.
Hey.
And, man, another episode in the books.
This is a good one. Y'all, leave us some comments.
Leave us some comments, man. I appreciate it, man. And I love it. I love the comments. Everything's been great. Y'all guys been super, super, super great. And we're going to continue to rock and roll and keep the faith, baby.
See you next week.
We're going to see y'all next week. All right. Podcast in the books, baby. Oh. Yes, indeed.